everybody, welcome back to another Talk Tuesday where I'm going to do my makeup while I chat about life. I actually already got started because I wasn't sure I was going to film this today. Today's Monday, by the way, but I will be posting this tomorrow. But it has just been the craziest week and weekend too. It's been really, really busy. I didn't film a Talk Tuesday last Tuesday, and that's because there's more medical stuff happening and is medical stuff happening with Cassidy. And sometimes I just don't feel like uploading back-to-back videos about, you know, stuff that's going wrong or medical stuff. I was just still processing it all myself and just didn't feel like sharing in the moment because we hadn't gone through all the testing yet. But I'll get into that more later in this video. I will update you guys, but I just thought I'm doing my makeup anyways really, really quickly. Because I have a lot to do today, but I thought I'd let you guys know what's going on in my life. So this weekend has just been so crazy. Kayla had her first brownies camp, like Girl Guide camp, and so we had to drive her quite a distance to get there, and we thought we had her sleeping bag here, but turns out we left it up at the lake, so that was a big fiasco trying to get that all dealt with. And then this is Saturday. Honestly, my brain, like, been so busy, my brain can't even process everything that's going on. I'm still in, like, my pajamas, but yeah. And then later on Saturday, I had some people over looking at lip scents, two really nice girls I'd never met before. Lip scents is just, it's blowing up. It's so crazy. I can't even keep up with the amount of orders. And a lot of these people I don't even know. They just kind of find my group, which is really nice. But yeah, they were over trying on lip scents. And then, how do I explain this? So this was Saturday. And Sunday I had plans to go stay overnight in a hotel, like a casino hotel, kind of girls' night thing with two coworkers. We've had this planned for months now, and I had it in my calendar for Sunday. And it's a long weekend here in BC, so I knew it was Sunday because we had Monday off anyways. And anyways, I just thought it was Sunday, and we were chatting all week about how we were going to meet at Costco and like what we're going to do and blah, blah, blah. So when I had these girls over looking at lip scents, by the way, I have a cold, so if I sound stuffy, I have a cold. They're over looking at lip scents, and I got a text from my girlfriend, and she says, okay, I'm heading to Costco. This was on Saturday, and I'm like in the middle of doing a lip scents demo. I was like, oh, my heart stopped, you know, when you just know something, you did something wrong basically. And I was like, what? So I called her and I was like, is it today? Are we supposed to go to the hotel today? And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, I am not prepared at all. Sorry, I'm trying to find my brushes. I was like, I have lip scents people over. Not only that, after the lip scents people were supposed to leave, I was supposed to go to my mom's house for dinner, and she was going to celebrate my birthday, like have my grandparents and stuff over as well, because my birthday is next weekend, but we just thought we would celebrate it early. And then after that, I was supposed to meet with one of my girlfriends for tea. So I had like a lot of things lined up, and then I hadn't figured out what I was wearing. I hadn't packed anything. Like, I almost felt like I was actually in a nightmare. I don't know if you ever have those nightmares where you're scrambling, you're running around and you're late to something and nothing's working out and you can't find anything and you can't get there on time, and no matter what you do, you just feel like you're gonna like cry. That's basically what happened. So I was like, okay, deep breaths, I gotta figure this out. So I called my mom and told her, and she's like, well, why don't you just come over for a little bit and then you can head out there. I called my girlfriend I was supposed to have tea with and counseled with her and apologized profusely, and she was fine with it. We're probably gonna go out tonight. And then I frantically grabbed some clothes. I didn't even know if I grabbed everything I needed. It was a mad rush. I went over to my mom's house, hung out for maybe only half an hour because we had dinner reservations too. And then, anyways, ended up getting there. It was all good. I got to do it all, but I felt kind of bad because I didn't make it till the end of dinner, and they had bought a cake, so my sister Snapchatted them singing happy birthday to me when I wasn't there, and I was like, oh, you made me want to cry. And she's like, no, it was funny. We thought it was funny. I'm like, just the worst. I can't believe that. But I couldn't miss it because we had this plan for months, and I knew it wasn't going to happen again. And I never get to see my coworkers because I'm not working anymore. So I tried to make the best of the situation. Yeah, and then yesterday was Sunday, and I got home from there. I had another lip scents person over looking at stuff, and then the girls had swim club, and then I'm part of the executive for swim club, so we had an executive meeting, and then I got home and I have tons of emails and orders and things to figure out, because I don't know what it is about this past week and weekend, but like Lip Sense orders are just coming in like crazy, and it's actually kind of stressing me out. Like, it's awesome. I love that people are loving it as much as I am, and that it's selling so quickly and I don't even really have to try. But because Lip Sense is blowing up so quickly, the stock is just getting lower and lower and lower. And every time I log in to order something, something else is out of stock. I would say 75% of the colors currently, in Canada at least, I think it's even worse in the US, are out of stock. And they're trying to fix the situation. There's just a lot of distributors coming on, and they're opening up new manufacturing facilities. So hopefully that will fix things. But luckily I have a lot of, still like a pretty good amount of stock, a lot of colors that you can't get because they're out of stock that I got earlier when I became a distributor. So yeah, this morning I'm dealing with more orders, and I'm helping the girls get their Valentine's ready, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We need to get some food for their parties, and then I have a Lip Sense party at 4 o'clock today. One of my girlfriends is having one, just a small party, but it'll still be fun. And then I have to ship out some packages. And yeah, if I sound scatterbrain, it's because I actually am. I feel like I haven't been able to catch my breath in quite a few days now, and it's all good stuff. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not used to being so incredibly busy and having so many things on the go. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. But as far as Cassidy's health update, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to title this video all about that, because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to get views on health issues. Like, that just sounds so terrible. But at the same time, I do want to update you guys, because a lot of you guys watch my Talk Tuesdays every week, and you're invested in, you know, our life and want to know what's going on, and I do want to share. All right, so where to start? Well, if you watched my Talk Tuesday from 2 weeks ago, you'll know she was diagnosed, this is Cassidy, with a heart defect, and she'll need surgery, heart surgery next year. So that was obviously a big blow to us. We were quite nervous about that. But then a week later, so last week, I was dropping the kids off at school and walking home from school. It's not a very far walk. We live very close to the school, and it was very cold out, and Cassidy refuses to wear her gloves. So her hands were very cold, so she was crying about it. I kept trying to put them on, but she kept tearing them off. It's a thing. So I just quickly got home, and she's crying away. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta focus on what I'm doing. And when I pulled her out of the stroller and brought her in the house, and I looked at her face, I noticed that half of her face was non-responsive. It's like one half was crying and the other half was kind of like pulled to the side like this, and that's where it's stuck almost. Kind of like what a stroke person would look like, except it wasn't droopy. It was just kind of like pulled to the side, and I was like, what the heck? And it was really, really obvious. But this wasn't the first time I've seen that. I saw it when she was really sick with croup back in December. I noticed that when she was crying, she had like a bunch of random crying fits, that her face slightly did it, but it wasn't enough to be concerning to me. But when I saw it like this, like black and white, I was like, oh my goodness. So I didn't know what to do. She was still breathing and moving and everything fine, so it's not like I wanted to call 911 or anything like that. I called our pediatrician, and they said that because it's a new issue, like it's not related to her heart, I would need to get a referral to come see them. So I was like, rather than going through my doctor and all that again, I'm just going to take her to Emerge, because we have a really good children's one, and kind of see what they have to say. So explain the situation and how it had happened previously. And the previous time it happened, she like fell asleep right after. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and I should have, because Riley's had what we thought were seizures before, but he thinks it could be seizure related. The ER doctor did. So he referred us to a pediatrician, and we got in really quick, like the next Monday last week. And the pediatrician thinks it could be what's called a partial complex seizure, which is where you're still awake when you're seizing, and it's partial because it's half your face, so that's why it's complex and partial. He says it could be that, or it could be a nerve issue where her nerve is just, I don't know, something's wrong with the nerve where it pulls like that. So could be one of those two things. He referred us for an EEG. Sorry, I'm looking for something, which is a brain, you know, the brain scan. Riley's had one of those before. It was supposed to be quite a long wait list, but we got in this past Friday, like 4 days ago at Children's. We had to be there at 7 in the morning. We had to keep her up late Thursday night, and then we had to wake her up at 5 a.m. Friday morning, because basically they want them to sleep during the test. I'm using some witch hazel on my lips just to make sure there's nothing on it before I put on lip scent. So yeah, basically they want her to sleep during the test. So it's really hard to get an EEG on a 1-year-old. There's tons of probes, like 30 of them I think, that are like kind of glued into her hair in all different areas, and of course she wants to grab them and pull them off, but they need her to lay still. So it took like 45 minutes to set up, and then they needed her to fall asleep. And then when she fell asleep, which took a while, they woke her up 10 minutes later and then flashed bright lights in her eyes. So poor girl. It's an awful test, but it's done. We got it done. We don't have to go back and try again, which is nice, and we should know the results in 2 weeks. But she's been fine ever since. She hasn't shown any episodes of what had happened before, but it's another thing. Alright, sorry, I had to step away from the camera to go talk to my husband. I don't remember where I left off, but I think I finished the story about Cassidy, so that's pretty much it. It's just another thing. Hopefully it's not seizures, because then she'll need a medication, and not that's the end of the world, but we're hoping it's more the nerve thing, or maybe it just won't happen again. I'll keep you guys updated regardless. I just put on my lip scents. I put on Caramel Latte and Bombshell Diamond. So that's what that looks like. I won't get too close because my nose keeps running. That's the worst. Especially when you have somewhere to go and you don't want to keep blowing your nose, because I have a lip sense party to go to, and if I blow my nose, all my makeup comes off. Somebody needs to come up with like a life hack for that, like how to deal with your foundation not coming off when you have a runny nose. I would love to know. So I hope you guys all have a fabulous week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!